Welcome back to the Content Complete podcast featuring myself, Spencer, my friend Matt with Neanderthal Gaming TV, and our friend Fistcake coming down, beaming from the mothership to represent the alien master race, Xanathorcalox. Welcome to our world.
We just call ourselves Xenos. We had a clash. We actually had two clashes. They made a really shitty historical document on Steam. You can buy them for like $5 a piece.
Oh,
man. Xenoclash 1 and 2 joke. It's a really deep cut.
I played Xenoclash 1.
Yeah.
So I know that feel.
So you're like one of the 10 people in the entire world that played the game. So that's pretty cool.
It was weird.
So,
hey, how's it going, M. Colves?
hey, old man, what's going on? What's up?
what's up?
Bringing that back from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
No,
you're not bringing it
that
back.
was
It's
tight.
always been here.
It's
That was
flesh.
tight.
That shit was radical, dude.
Oh.
Tubular.
Hope everybody took a whiz before they started the
Oh,
podcast.
my God.
I got
I
90s
took like
too.
3 whizzes. I got
did 3
90s. I was
whizzes.
there.
All right, Fistcake. We're going to talk about what we played this week. What did you play this week?
Video games.
Yeah. Like, which ones?
You don't have to be scared. This is a safe place.
Oh, thank God. Whew. Okay. Yeah, no, I played video games. I played some Hellblade, not as much as you guys because you've beaten it.
Yeah.
And
100% true.
I was going to today, and then friends happened. Life happened.
Yeah.
Thanks, life.
But
Hey, how's
played
it
a little
going,
bit of that. Left and gear. Apparently, I'm having a
He's very
brain.
German today. Or he.
Lift ninja. And then I played some PUBG on Friday night with my crew, with It's the Sheriff and a couple guys. There's a whole Facebook group called the Cave Comedy Twitch Mafia, which is a group of people who listen to a specific group of podcasts that also do Twitch.
Wow.
So
How very
I'm literally-
specific.
Yeah, I'm like literally part of the 0.00001% of something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Dad, I lost a lot. Okay, God, yeah, whatever. You can't even play video games. Get out of here. God. Other than that, I've been playing some games on my phone. I played some more Fallout Shelter. And for iPhones, they got this game called PPKP, which has like a retro feel to it. But it's like a game where you like fight monsters and stuff. It's pretty nice. It's
What is it called?
Really, PPKP.
People or pretty people kill people?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it's like punch, punch, kick, punch, because that's like one of the combos in the game. It's a game about literally it's literally how you fight. It's just 2 buttons, and you just combo them up and you use them to block and stuff. I'd recommend it because it's free and you don't really have to buy the stuff to win, but you can. It's one
Would
of
they
those
give you like a
things.
third button? Like a win button?
No, you can buy diamonds, and then
Oh,
diamonds allow you to unlock special abilities, which are basically your limit breaks. So, but you just, like they give you like 100 to start off with. So
You're getting roasted, dude, in chat.
No, little
Hey,
man.
I got
You brought the
PS3.
little man.
hey, I got a PS3. Don't give any shit, little man. Me. Okay, Dad. I don't even have a PS3 anymore. Get out of here. Get on. Get. I think that's it. Yeah.
I can't
that's
play
all.
any mobile games. Like, I can play them for like an hour, and then after that, I'm like, well, that was an hour, I guess. I'll never touch this again. Like, I have emulators on the phone because my phone's jailbroken, and I have like Pokemon and all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have like time to play these. I ain't got time to play that shit. I'm streaming. I'm playing other things. I'm doing stuff. I ain't got time.
Ain't got time for all that shit.
So you played you played Hellblade, PUBG, and then PPKP?
And Fallout Shelter. Okay, that's
Fallout Shelter, of course.
actually I think there's
Plausible.
some other game I played, but I can't remember. Let me look. I only have so many games, anyways. Oh yeah, I played Nidhogg 2.
How was that?
So it's okay. I finally did the arcade mode, and it's interesting. It's basically Nidhogg again, but with a couple more weapons.
Yeah, I
If you-
watched Northern Lion play it for about an hour.
Were there any like innovations on the gameplay at all, or was it basically exactly the same thing? Just
It's well, I mean, they have like a few new weapons. Like before the first Nidhogg, you only had like a rapier, and then you can use your hands and fists to punch people. Yeah, the one you got your ass handed to. What are you talking about, Dad?
He's just
What are
like,
you?
he's like, I got you.
I got you pretty much. Get out of here. God. No, but the second one, you have those two choices. You also get a bow, which if you just crouch and shoot, you pretty much win every fight there. And then you get a dagger, which a little bit just a little shorter range. And then you get a broadsword, which basically can swing upwards or swing downwards, and it's pretty easy to like knock weapons out of people's hands.
Ah, okay.
But I would get it on sale, or if you just really love Nidhogg for some reason and you're just waiting for this, then get it now. It's Nidhogg, but 2. I might try to play online with some people, but right now I'm not super impressed by it. But it's all right.
I got you.
It's not a bad game, but it's not like what I was expecting, I guess. But that's it for me.
It's not a bad game. It's not a good game. It's just a game.
It's just a game,
Cool.
Yeah.
So what we played this week. Now, you have the standard. We played Tales of Berseria on Monday. We played and beat Hellblade, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. As much as you've actually gotten into the game, we'll go to. But on Wednesday, so we have to find another game for Wednesday. And then obviously we all played The Walking Dead season 1.
Oh yeah.
We did more of that on Into the Veil. It's every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Standard Central.
Standard
The real
time.
Central time. And then, of course, Melee and Smash 4.
Oh, okay.
But outside of that...
we got all of our mods back for Smash 4.
Yes. Matt spent an entire, almost an entire day.
Yeah,
Matt hacked.
Yeah, hacked the jailblade.
The jailblade.
The jailblade.
The Wii U, so that way we could have mods again. And,
nice.
And the hack or whatever, it was so new that there's no tutorials, so I had to trial and error through it because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I did all that. What else? I played a tiny bit of West of Loathing.
Oh yeah.
That was all right.
Nice.
We just finished Hellblade, played Persona. That's pretty much it.
What is West of Loathing exactly? Is it like a point and click? Is it like a shooter?
It's it's like an RPG with it's the Stick of Truth basically. It's exactly what it is. Same combat.
Yeah, but it's stick figures.
Yeah,
it's literally the Stick of Truth in the West.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, there was Kingdom of Loathing, which is an MMO, and then the same people made that, and it has very similar graphics. They made West of Loathing, which is just a standalone RPG, kind of JRPG style game. Is it side scrolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's side scrolling.
I mean, it's 100% like South Park Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
Oh, how to play it then?
Yeah. I think it's definitely a cake game.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's really it, though. I mean, you played some more Persona 5, like you said. Played Hellblade. I didn't play anything additional this week, did I? No. It was a pretty crazy week for me. But
it's pretty lit.
Yeah, I mean, we spent most of the time that I would have spent playing a game either watching Marvel Defenders or fixing or troubleshooting our sound situation, which, by the way, is absolutely mind-bending.
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely mind-bending. Because we have a weird little buzz, and we were able to fix it by going into the BIOS on this computer and turning off some settings, because the CPU was revving up when a game would go, and it would, in our mics you would hear it go when it's doing that. And it was really a buzzkill when you're playing Hellblade and you're in the world and you're wearing headphones, and so it's in there, and then when everything gets silent, all you hear is a so hopefully that's not in the actual cast, because we tried to use a secondary noise gate on the end of XSplit, which is just the silence detection thing, and hopefully that cut out most of that. But once we talk, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure like the Hellblade would probably cut most of that out though. Anyways, that's always the people on Hellblade always have shit to talk about.
yeah, but it's mostly loud, or there's mostly things going on in the soundscape. But then every once in a while, you get these really quiet scenes where there's one person talking, and they like to have like soft sections where they're like barely they're like whispering. To each
They're
other.
like whispering. Yeah, it was so weird.
During that, if you listen carefully, you might hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But hopefully we have that mostly fixed with the things that we changed. But we went to crazy lengths trying to fix it.
Yeah.
The joys of being professionals, as I say it while I knock my mic, and the streaming and recording ventures.
And we've always been kind of like particular about our sound.
Yeah.
Like if it's not good, then we just like, well,
we have to.
There's no point in even doing anything because it's bad. I'm not going to put it out there. Look, we don't edit, all right? But we do take certain steps so that we don't have to edit. And if those steps are fucked up, then
it's
impossible to fix.
Looks like you ain't getting your melee this week. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I guess we can move on to Hellblade.
Yeah. Let's talk about Hellblade. So Fiskake.
That video. Sorry.
Go ahead.
The video Matt showed me earlier about you doing your down smash knocking yourself out into hell.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. So on Smash 4, and it's going to be one of the episodes this upcoming week. It's Lucas versus Lucina.
No, it was.
Who was it?
Peach.
Lucas versus Peach. I played Lucas, and I don't know what happened. I had accidentally up-B'd, and for Lucas's up-B, you have a little electrical ball that you have to control, and you have to hit yourself with it to go a particular direction to get back to the stage or what have you.
Spencer was already on the stage when this happened.
I was in the middle of the stage, and
That
I
was the best
used
part.
it, and then
he had just killed me.
and I killed him in like a pretty that's nice, like and then I moved it up and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't mean to use that, and so I went to go hit the ground with it. But then, like, my finger just did like a whoof. No, you're not. And then I just launched me, like, literally just off the stage and killed myself. And so Matt clipped it and sent it to Fiskake because,
it was fun. It was pretty good stuff. Like, you both realized what happened, like, instantaneously.
What are you doing?
It was like,
Stop.
Yeah.
oh, God.
Good shit.
So
good shit.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Continue with Hellblade.
Well, I was just going to say, from your perspective, since we played more, and I want to make sure I don't reveal anything.
Also, this is going to have like a little bit of spoilers for people who.
Yeah, so we're going to go into a bit more of like the mid portion of the game right now, which might have additional spoilers. Fiskake hasn't gotten quite to the end. He's basically entering the third act.
Yeah.
So go ahead and from your perspective,
are the Jedi evil?
Yes. Just kind of go into Hellblade itself.
Like. What I think about it?
Yeah, what do you think about it?
What you like, what you dislike so far?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I enjoy the atmosphere. Holy shit, sounds good. The environments are good. It's very. It gets you mostly with the sound design because they did a really good job with the sound design. I think we talked about that a little bit up the previous episode, but damn, dude, all those whisperings and like everybody like everybody's like bickering with each other, like she can't do it. No, she's too weak. I'm like, no, she can do it. She can stand back up. It's fine.
I can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. Combat is decent. It's like it's solid combat, but like it kind of it's like, oh, okay, you do this and then you do that, and like the only variations that were like complicated were the bosses so far I've played against.
Yeah.
And like we both know that I've died more to the Raven guy than you did. Yeah. So you died like what, twice, and I died like 15 at least, probably. I don't know. I didn't die to the fire guy. So
I also did not die to. He was so easy.
Yeah, no, it was,
in comparison.
It was
yeah.
It's like, oh, let me just run up and stab you to death. Is that what's going to happen? Oh, okay.
So
that's
the only
all
move you had that can do anything to me that isn't totally telegraphed is the one where you smash down and AoE, and I can just move out of the way.
Yeah, okay. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. And like every time I feel like I'm about to get like super bored with the combat, like, yeah, okay, I do this with this guy. I do that with this guy. All right, I've done this like 1,000 times. They throw in like one other guy that is slightly different.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, quick question: how did you fight the guys with the shield?
I kicked them, and then
Oh,
Yeah, it opens them up if you kick them. You can also do a running like knee into their shield, and it breaks their guard and causes them to stagger. If you attack their shield with the sword, you'll get 2 hits before they counter, and then they try to hit you with the shield. But if you just kick it or knee them, then that opens them up, and you can combo them to death. Or at least, I think it's like 2 of those combos will kill them probably.
I had to do that next time then, because I've just basically what I do is I dodge left or right and then attack, which like it always hits him, like it never stops. Like you can just like dodge attack and just do that until he's dead. But I felt like as I was doing, I was like, I feel like I'm missing some mechanic or something, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't feel like dying 1,000 times.
yeah.
So I just cheesed the shit out of those guys, but I'll try kicking them now. Now that I know the secret.
Yeah. On the combat, I was watching another podcast on Friday. He was talking about how it was like boring and you play really defensively.
That was super aggressive.
Yeah, I
was like just
played
like jumping around and shit.
really aggressive, and he's like, yeah, the combat sections, they seem like they take too long, and I'm like, they only take so long because you're taking so long. Like,
Yeah, the game-
combat is actually pretty fun once you get it. Like, once you're like, it's basically rock paper scissors over and over again. But I tried to play as aggressive as possible, and I had no problems. The combat sections, I actually felt that they were placed really well, because I was like, I'm getting tired of walking around doing these fucking puzzles.
Yeah.
I want to kill something. And then it's like, oh, you want to kill something? Here's some people. I'm like,
All
let's
right.
go.
There you go.
Yeah. And I like how they continuously they build levels on the same guys. Like once you get the mirror, then you have people that you fight that don't need the mirror to fight them. But then there are some people who require it right away, and then there's some people who don't need it at first, and then they require it. It's just really interesting how that how they try to create kind of, you have to look at them to know what it is that you need to do next. And so that's a lot of fun.
And he was talking about how the lock-on system was real bad. And I'm like, the lock-on system, it just doesn't explain how to use it.
Yeah.
But once you get it, it's like, it's pretty solid.
And Matt only had like 2 or 3 problems with it where he accidentally attacked the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And that was like later in the game. Like he didn't have any problems until then.
Yeah, no, I have no problems with the mechanics of the combat or anything. Like the lock-on system's perfectly fine. You might occasionally accidentally swipe to the wrong person. And I do say I love what they do with explaining how the game works, because they don't tell you press this button to focus, like doing the Raven guy thing.
Yeah.
Like they don't tell you, well, you had to press the focus button to attack the Raven King.
They don't tell you any controls at all. Period.
They just the Druth just tells you to like say, okay, focus, focus on the mirror.
All right,
focus.
I'm just gonna hit some buttons. Or you could go into the menu if you're a little bitch.
Yeah, the menu tells you exactly what all the buttons do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory after you play for like more than a half hour. It's like, oh yeah, I zoom in with my eyes and this thing, and then I can run a little bit faster with this thing.
I went 4.5 hours of watching Matt play without realizing that the whole zoom in thing that you do to see the symbols and line them up and stuff like that wasn't something the game was doing itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that it was like Oblivion, where you get close to something that auto does it. You know, like when people talk to you in Oblivion, they're like, "Oh,
die, criminal scum!" It's like, wow, and you're like, whoa.
And so I thought that's what that was happening, and that it was just like a smart system that did it. You know, but no, Matt was doing it the whole time, and I'm like, "Whoa, wait, you're doing that?" And he's like, "Yeah," and then he just does it a bunch, and it makes a little sound. But yeah, I had no idea.
Nice.
Because it doesn't tell you, so I don't know what any of the buttons in the game are. I don't know how to play the game at all. I don't know how to use focus. I don't know how to attack. I don't know like when Matt's dodging or when they're just missing him. It's really exciting.
Yeah,
because the dodge system in that game is it's like Dark Souls, where you dodge and they just don't hit you, but it looks like they're barely missing you. Like they don't go through you really that much. So it looks like she's just like
and stuff like that they're really really good.
It's
yeah.
awesome.
And they make the combat feel really meaty.
Yeah. I would say if people are having a hard time with the combat, and this is just from because like I said, I don't know what the buttons are, but if you're having a hard time with playing too defensively, you literally just start kicking people before they get to you, and either if they have a shield that breaks their guard, or in general that causes them to stagger for most people, and then otherwise just literally just jump around them and don't be afraid to just beat the shit out of one person, even if there's people around you, because your voices will tell you when they're about to attack. So it's like,
yeah. Just press A. No, behind you. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, yeah.
Also, I used the counter system, because there's a counter system.
There's a counter. You can parry.
Oh.
You can parry. I used it one time, the whole playthrough.
And it was accidental.
It was an accidental parry.
Uh.
But yeah, I didn't use the block at all. Like, I would use it to goat them into attacking me. Like, I would, like,
you'd be like,
I do like a taunt. Like, I'd be like
nice.
far away, and I'm like, I'm just like waiting for them to come, kind of like not group up as much. And I'm just like spamming the
block just to goad them into attacking, and which, by the way, they don't really bite. They just walk towards you slowly in a group. So
and then they do that well. What is it, like the the well whatever, where they just like raise their hands at you, like, what the I'm gonna destroy you.
What are you doing?
I don't think you are. Or I'm the main character.
Yeah, and sometimes it's kind of funny that they're like, yeah, come at me. And you're like, no, come at me.
No, come here. You come here. Over here. Now, let's go. Let's fight.
Yeah, that was mostly his criticism about the combat being like way too defensive. I'm like, I feel like you're just playing it badly.
I feel like they were playing it scared.
Yeah, like you don't like. You can go.
You can go to town.
Like, I gave nobody any quarter. I was.
And I'm not sure if you got into it yet, Fiskcake, but I just want to make like a quick, vague suggestion. You get to a bridge, kick people. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, no, I did that. Yeah, I kicked him.
Yeah, like, kick people off the bridge.
I accidentally knocked one guy off the bridge. I was like, oh, this works. Okay, I'm just going to do this with everybody else now.
Yeah.
It's like, boom,
Matt
kick,
literally
boom,
took, there's a second section, I don't know if you're there yet, but there's a section where there's a big bridge and a bunch of people attack you. And Matt literally kicked every single one of them off the. He kicked them like 6 times to get him to the edge, and then keep kicking them, and just kick every single one of them off the edge. It was hilarious. It's probably the most fun. It's great.
Yeah, like I discovered it by accident. Like not accident. I was like attacking them normally, and then like my light strike got them to the back of the bridge, and then they fell over. I'm like, all right, okay, environmental death. Let's go.
Yeah. And
I was just gonna say we could pivot from the combat and talk about the puzzles and the other shit.
So what boss have you gotten to? What's the most recent boss that you've beaten?
Let's see. The most recent one I beat was when you go over the bridge, you get punched in the face with a guy with a giant axe. I fought that guy. I don't know if he's technically a boss or not.
Giant axe man?
Giant axe man at the bridge, yeah.
Oh, that guy's funny.
And then after that, you go further into the bridge, and then you find the giant darkness monster, and then you're like, oh shit, and then you got knocked out, and then I made my way to the tree.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Oh, dude, there's some crazy like bosses and stuff. Like
nice.
Like
I've heard some crazy shit's about to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the puzzles in the game are okay. I don't think they're particularly engaging. Where, especially what's his face's puzzles, the illusion guy. I was like, this.
Oh yeah.
Some of these are contrived. Like some of these are just like it's busy work.
Yeah. My perspective of those puzzle parts, it felt like there was a very specific formula that the game is doing, and this goes up to a certain point, and then the formula like changes.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. But there's a very specific formula. You fight some guys, you find a puzzle. You complete the puzzle, fight some more guys, fight a boss, go to the next area. But one thing about the puzzles that seems to happen is it has a very, very large chance of really slowing down the pace of what's going on. Especially if you're not quite getting what they're trying to tell you, because the game doesn't tell you anything. They're just like, the runes, this and all that stuff. But it does feel like at least half of the puzzles that we've come across tend to they go a bit long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they kind of wear out their gimmick.
Yeah, you get the concept, and then after a while, it's just like, You're just like
going through
mixing
the
up
motions.
the same concept a little bit,
Yeah.
and half the time you can just stumble your way through it.
Yeah, that's basically what I did with the illusion guy.
Because you immediately know what you need to do to fix it. Now you just need to know like from which perspective to look, or which gate to walk
that
through.
happens a lot with the ruin puzzles, which I really wish that they would have done something different. So the ruin puzzles, for people who don't know, is you have certain doors that you can't go through until you look at these specific ruins, right? Like letters, basically.
The Elder Futhark of the Nordic alphabet.
Yeah, what he said. And then you have to go find
Whoa.
those shapes of the letters or whatever in the environment. And you pretty much every major door that leads to like a new area has you find anywhere between 1 to
3.
3 ruins.
Yeah.
And it's not that engaging, and it's not that fun, especially if you're like wanting to continue to move. You know what I mean? Like it's just not.
Yeah, it really slows down. And that's one of the ones that I was one of the aspects of it, because you can consider that to be a puzzle in a way.
Well, yeah, they're 100% puzzles.
And so some, like, it's weird because half of it's like, oh, that's cool. That's cool how they put those things together in the environment to make this shape. And then later on, it feels like the symbols get a bit easier to solve, in my opinion, or they make them maybe. I mean, it's hard. When you make a puzzle, it's hard to know which one's going to be the most difficult for players. So there's one in particular. And has he gotten to the part where you climb that tower?
Yeah, you can climb the tower.
You're like on a ship?
That was in Fireland.
Oh yeah. That was in Fireland, and you have to climb the tower to find one of them. And there's a couple other down below, and you go through some like hollowed out buildings. The one that's on top of the tower took us so fucking long to find.
Really?
Yeah. And it was just because we ended up like overthinking another area that we're like, that has to be the symbol. We just
yeah, because they have some things in the environment that look like it,
or look like it could be. And so
then you're like, the whole time you're trying to get the right angle, so your little lady will zoom in and be like, "That's the ruin."
Yeah.
I don't know why. If I look at it, it opens.
Yeah, and then we went to the other two, and then came back, and then it was just like, oh, well, what if we did this? And it's like, oh, fuck, there it is.
Yeah, there was like a pole that we just ignored the whole time.
Yeah,
and we're like,
oh, at the very end there, like if you go,
yeah, there's that one fucking pole, and
and then Spencer, he just said it like, what if we have to do something with that pole? And then I just like glanced at the pole, and it's like zoom in, and I'm like,
automatic.
Are you at it?
Fuck.
Like, is this like real life?
Matt was getting
so
pretty
fucking
frustrated.
pissed.
Yeah, Matt was getting pretty frustrated, which is why we were like, okay, we'll move on to the other two, and we'll come back. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, the whole time you are getting talked to, and they kind of fill in some of the lore with the voices in your head, as far as they refer to the different gods that you come across, like they're known people in the world, and talk about them, and you get a sense of the gods' kind of attitudes or their particular story based on just kind of the way that they're talking about them. And then, of course, Druth's stories in the lore are always really cool, and they're all like, I mean, they're retold versions of actual Nordic lore or mythology. Folk tales. So that's really cool, and I like hearing that stuff.
Yeah, they really went balls out with making it authentic to the Norse, whatever thing.
Mythology.
Yeah,
it's pretty authentic.
Yeah, I think for like extras and stuff like that, they did really good with like using Druth's stories as just like, oh, you can check out these audio files. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, all right.
Also, when you listen to the audio stuff, are you just staring at the lodestone the whole time?
No, I'll occasionally like look around. Like I tried, like one time I tried to just like look at it so like it starts playing, and I tried to like walk off, but then like it gets quieter. I'm like, oh shit, I had to actually stand in a general area and listen.
Most of them, if you walk away, the voices in your head will start talking to you again and shit.
Yeah, so it's I feel like that was kind of dumb that they did that.
Yeah, because they allow you to walk away, and Matt was able to get kind of far away and still be able to hear him just fine.
But if you have other voices going on, like important voices, then and you look at a lodestone, they don't play any of his sound.
Yeah, it's weird. The narrator voice in your head will be talking about something, and if you walk up to him to go and do it, she'll continue her talking, and when she's done, it fades him in midway through his sentences.
They just like unmute.
And so for one of them, I ended up reading the guy's entire thing, trying to mimic his voice, because otherwise we wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah.
The puzzles, I agree with you. I mean, like, I didn't really have a huge problem with the puzzles. The only one they're all pretty much the same thing. Like, I gotta look in the environment and see looks like vaguely like that. And the one that actually I had problems with was not even like fault of my own. Like, I knew like I was supposed to look at the floating whatever it is at a certain angle. But for some reason, like, the game wouldn't like recognize that I saw the symbol.
Yeah. Oh.
Because like it had like the flashing like light, like, oh yeah, the symbol's right here. Just look at it better, you stupid fucking idiot. I'm like, well, I'm looking. I can only move around 2 feet, then it's gone.
And then left voice is over there going, "Oh, she can't do it. She can't do it."
She can't.
I'm like,
she
shut
can't
up, left voice. Left me.
Leave me alone.
Dude, left voice is a little bitch, and sometimes she'll try to move to the right, make you think that she's right voice, but she's not. It's the same voice. You don't trust her. She's a little asshole.
Yeah, she's a
Never
jerk.
trust the voices in your head. Never. But other than that, like, one time I was okay with the puzzles, but then, like, that one time, like, although it took me like 15 minutes, like, I had to like walk around and like look at all other kinds of shit just to make sure I wasn't like missing something.
Yeah.
And then I came back to it and like somehow I maybe shifted my vision slightly a different way. And then like, oh yeah, it was here the whole time, you stupid idiot. I'm like, I know, I was looking at it.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't think we had that issue. Sometimes it even felt like it completed it for us.
Yeah, it completed it.
Like,
we weren't even close to it.
Yeah, we look at it and it'd be like, basically done.
Yeah, it'd be like this, but then the camera would be like, whoa, let's look at it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I thought it was kind of weird, because like you just had to look in its general direction, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's right over here, and like super zoom in. That was like the only one that like really caused a problem for me. But other than that, yeah, no, I enjoyed the game so far.
Yeah,
it's good shit.
Now that we've completed it, I would say it's like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. Like, if you want like a short 6 to 8 hour kind of trippy experience that's really like well made. It has really good design, except for some of the puzzles are stupid. And if you don't play like a defensive little bitch, then the combat's not boring at all. It's like it goes quickly.
One thing I wanted to say, because for those of you who don't know, this game takes a lot of they took a lot of time trying to make it as authentic as they can when it comes to the psychological aspect of it, because the character is like suffering from some form of schizophrenia and psychosis. And one of the things that they had mentioned, we were watching behind the scenes, and I thought it was really interesting, was this woman was. They had a person who actually does hear voices come in and give them her perspective on how she deals with it and stuff like that. And they were talking about how apparently people with schizophrenia who hear multiple voices, I don't know the science behind it, but something in there allows them to be better at recognizing patterns than the average person. So if you take that thought and that fact, I guess, and then apply it to the game, it makes a lot of sense as to why a lot of the puzzles are pattern recognition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And I was also reading, they had a Reddit thread talking about schizophrenia, and this dude was like, I have schizophrenia, and it's weird because I'll hear voices and stuff like that, and then they'll remind me of things that have happened that I have no memory of. Like, I don't even remember looking at it, and then it turns out to be true.
Whoa.
Like, so it's like a weird, like, it's like a subconscious like thing. And they had multiple people talking about it. Like, yeah, that happens. That's so weird.
Jesus, yeah, that's. I mean,
it's kind
terrifying.
Of cool.
Well, it's cool, like an interesting,
and like I don't have to look at everything because I got other guys in me that will that will remind me later. Yeah. Too bad they want me to kill myself.
Well, no,
that's too bad. That's the other half of the voices.
Yeah. One voice is like, "Oh, you should just end it down." The other voice is like, so you remember
we should get some pizza."
Yeah, you said earlier you're gonna get some pizza. You're like, I don't remember anything about that, but okay, thanks, Joe. Fuck you, Jeff.
Joe and Jeff, mortal enemies.
I have a feeling if I ever had voices, they'd have shit names like that.
They would probably
Shut
leave
up, Ted.
because you'd be correcting them. One would say spear wrong, and you'd be like,
All right.
Let's move on to the next topic here.
Oh, hold on. Let's pretend we all have two voices that we have to hear all the time. Everybody has to name their voices.
All right.
You just get two.
All right, two.
Two
I
names.
would name my voice. My voice is. They have to be male, right? Because I'm a male.
Some people have alternate genders, but it's very rare.
Okay.
Whatever you want, man. I don't know.
I'll do Mark and Tom.
Mark and Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
What about you, Spencer?
I have a feeling that
they would be shitty names.
They would be shitty names.
Yeah.
But my brain is completely just overloaded with Jeff and Joe, and I know that I wouldn't want those names to be true, but I can't think of anything else at the moment. Literally, it's just like I'm trying to think of other stuff, and then Jeff's just in the background like, oh, but it is.
As only me here, Jeff, hanging out with you forever.
Yeah, I have a feeling it would be like a common name, like John or something, or like Robert. I don't know.
What about you, Fistcake?
I feel like you guys are on the right idea of giving them like common names so they don't like give you too much. They don't have like too much power to them. But like the first name I could think of was like Beowulf.
Beowulf
for one. Yeah, I don't know why.
You got some cool ass voices.
Apparently, like, and he's probably like the shitty ones. Like, don't forget that you had to do your taxes this week.
Shut up, Beowulf.
Shut up, Beowulf.
Beowulf and Gilgamesh.
There we go. Beowulf and Todd.
Todd, and Todd's like cool.
So he's a surfer dude.
Yeah, he's cool, but he's like mean. He's like, don't forget your fucking taxes, bro.
Oh, thanks, Todd. Yeah, pound it. Well, pound it.
Mental pound.
But yeah, we just made a game about psychosis, so that's pretty cool. That's we did gamify it. We just made Hellblade 2. You're welcome.
I'll be expecting my royalties in the mail.
So the next topic we have here, there was a leaked game.
Shit!
By a German newspaper.
And it was a game being made by was it THQ?
Yeah, THQ Nordic, and it's called Biomutant.
Yeah, Biomutant.
Mm-hmm. Where you play, it's a new post-apocalyptic game starring looks like a raccoon or some kind of animal.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like it looks like it has like an owl-esque face, but it's clearly like more raccoony, I guess. I don't know. It's really weird to describe it.
They describe it as a post-apocalyptic kung fu fable.
Yeah, it says THQ Nordic has a new post-apocalyptic game starring a world-weary animal with a sword and badass grasshopper sidekick. Game suspected to be revealed at this week's Gamescom was leaked this weekend thanks to an ad in a German gaming magazine, Games Markt.
Ooh. Thanks, Germany. You did it again.
Yeah, it literally just leaked on like Twitter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. You know, I'm down for any kind of animal fighting game.
The German photo that they have here, it says Die Post-Apokalyptische Kung Fu Fable. So literally and they have it underlined, the post-apocalyptic Kung Fu Fable is what their tagline is.
Oh, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, this is this is it. This is the only game we'll ever need ever again.
Yeah, it's like the word the or D, but it's underlined and bolded.
Yeah,
like they really want to say.
And these are the same people who made the Darksiders games, which are about the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Those games were pretty good.
When they come out,
I played and beat the first one. I have played about 1/5 of 2.
Yeah, apparently it's going to be an open world action RPG and bills itself as the
the post-apocalyptic Kung Fu Fable.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should just name it that.
Kung Fu Fable. Everybody was Kung Fu Fable.
No. No.
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out next year, probably. That's what they say. So
it says Anfang 2018, so whatever that means in Germany.
I don't know actually what that means, but I'm assuming coming.
Let's see, Anfang in English. Beginning 20. Okay,
so
maybe
it's going to be
early 2018
series.
Oh, maybe that
or
too.
It could be early 2018. I don't know. If they're going to release a trailer at this week's Gamescom or whatever, then I'm sure that
we'll know more.
It'll be 6 to 8 months.
Yeah. We'll definitely know more then too. Perfect.
All right.
But yeah, that looks exciting. I want to. I can't say if I'm gonna play it or not. Yeah, I want to see more.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
I'm a big fan of Jack and Dexter and Sly Cooper. So anytime
we get to play as an animal.
Yeah. I'm down.
Anthropomorphized characters. So now that was just kind of a quick little break from the big stories. The big story for today being Mass Effect Andromeda, and the literal just it's actually crazy. So they've
pretty much dropped all support. There's going to be no DLC.
No
There's
DLC. They did their last patch yesterday, and there's going to be no additional single player at all. They're continuing with some multiplayer, but more importantly, they have stated that they are continuing the story in books and comics, and that there won't be any continuing story in video game form. And they took they've
dissolved the team.
Yeah, well, they actually merged it with Motive Games. So Bioware Montreal is no longer. They merged it with Motive Games, which is doing development on Battlefront 2.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Because I actually like Mass Effect Andromeda.
I feel like this is all like a wrong move for a shitty game. Like people have Two Worlds 2 is still a thing. It has DLC 15 years later. I feel like Mass Effect Andromeda should at least get like a little bit more than a book that nobody's gonna buy, or a comic strip that maybe one person will read.
Yeah.
And was there like a pre-order edition, like you'd get like Game of the Year with all the DLC and shit?
I think they're. Oh my god, dude, that's a good fucking point.
Not sure.
Do you think they? I can't remember if it was or not.
Oh no! You want to look it up, Matt?
Yeah.
That's crazy, because if that happened, like Mass Effect, like Season Pass or something like that.
Yeah, Season Pass. That's what I was thinking of. Like the deluxe edition that comes with it. That pretty much just got shat on. I mean, BioWare would maybe, or EA or whoever they would have to go through, might give you refunds, but that sucks for the people who are like, yeah, Andromeda, all the DLC, let's go. And then Andromeda says, well, no, don't go. Stop.
So they had announced that there wasn't going to be a Season Pass.
Oh, okay.
So that's good.
Well, that's good.
Okay. So
Matt's pulling up a thing. They had a pre-order bonus. You would get special armor. They had a multiplayer booster pack. They had different skins.
So it looks like a lot of it was just
existing kind of
either multiplayer bullshit or like cosmetics, but no mention of a season pass or anything.
Or continuing.
So that
DLC.
means that they knew that they were not going to support the game.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like they from the beginning they knew they weren't going to continue with the story at least, or either single player.
Either they knew or they were expecting. I mean, they did give the game to like a B team. It wasn't even one of the main teams. And it took them like 5 years to develop it, but only the last 2.
Well, because it was being hopped around a bunch.
Yeah, only the last 2 years is actually the game that we ended up with. It was a totally different game before it was given to Biomutant Montreal.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, unless they make another main Mass Effect, that's the end of the Mass Effect franchise.
Yeah.
Until they do an HD
Until
remake
they do a reboot.
Or do a reboot. A lot of people think they're probably going to do like HD redos of Mass Effect 1 and 2 or something like that. And then probably like 5 years down the line be like, oh yeah, Mass Effect 2020 or some shit, you know.
Mass Effect Amada Jodrada.
What's crazy is that they have like they could have pivoted this. Like they could have salvaged it.
It really feels like they didn't try at all.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Which
if they had passed off it from the B team to an A team and taken some, people from, Battlefield 2.
Oh, Battlefield 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Battlefront 2. Or the original Mass Effect team or whatever.
Yeah,
made the DLC really fucking good. I feel like they could have pivoted and then been like, yo, sorry that we rushed out. This, has some janky shit, but at least the foundation is pretty good. And then give me the freaking Quarian DLC, you whores.
What's really weird is that in their statement, they we want to thank the millions of players that we have. And what does it take for you to not just drop a game and drop a potential franchise
because of one bad game?
And what's crazy is it wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that it wasn't panned. It had some issues. It got memed to fuck, right?
Yeah,
but
that's what really hurt it.
Yeah, and they had updates, and from what I hear, the updates fix most of the issues. So I don't understand, because the game is good. It has really solid combat. Some of the parts are a little boring, and sometimes the planet exploration can get a little much. But outside of that, I mean, that's not any different. I mean, if you look at Mass Effect 1 and 2 or any other ones, when you were on planets in those and driving around, there were moments where it wasn't that great, but the overall bit really had a good story. And I feel like the main story for Mass Effect Andromeda, although, I mean, it had some really good parts. It had, a good, solid story, at least. It wasn't.
It had a really good cast. Way better than the Mass Effect 1 cast. Right?
Some people were saying that they had a bad cast, and they were like, I can't believe they did that. Oh my god, all the characters are samey, or they're all stupid, or whatever. I'm like, are you fucking for real, dude? The cast of Mass Effect Andromeda, some of them were hilarious. They were really good. The inter-talking that they had with each other, the other people in their party, had some of the best moments.
Yeah. But yeah, that sucks that they're just dropping it, and then they're like, oh, we'll support the multiplayer.
Yeah,
I didn't touch multiplayer not one time.
A lot of people are upset about that, yeah.
I'm really confused why they would didn't Mass Effect 2 have a season pass or something? I knew it had DLC because of the whole fucking Perithian thing, but I can't remember if that was when season passes existed or not.
I don't know that it did.
Yeah, because you had to buy all of the DLC through the BioWare store with BioWare points that you had to convert money into. That's how you still have to get it. You either pirate it or you have to buy BioWare points that they don't even sell anymore, really. So there's almost no way to get the DLC.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is weird. That's a terrible business.
Yeah, it's a terrible business model, especially since they create this whole store or marketplace and then they just don't support it, it seems.
Yeah.
But that's a real shame. It sucks. And they, like we said, no more updates to the game. They did their last patch, 1.1.0, I think. And
that's not 1.1.0.
Yeah, that was 1.10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And no DLC, just some stuff with the multiplayer, and then that's it.
Shame.
Well, R.I.P. Andromeda. It was nice knowing you.
Hand off a beloved franchise to the B team, and then have it jump around between B teams.
And just so people who are watching know, EA has literally closed down 5 other BioWare studios in the last 4 years.
Fuck. They're trying to kill them.
Yep.
Well, I'm not trying. They're doing a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like, let me just put a bullet in each one of your beloved franchise.
So I hope Anthem's
Guess what's
good.
next? Dragon Age.
So I hope Anthem's good. That's as much as I can say.
Hopefully that's a good game. BioWare, your life is on the line. Don't fuck it up.
EA is slowly hunting you down.
But Shenmue's next, right?
Yeah, we can talk about Shenmue. We have a little time.
What BioWare company or groups are still left?
They have BioWare Edmonton and BioWare Austin. So they have BioWare.
Just two?
Yeah, they have BioWare Edmonton, which is the main studio. They do they're doing the ongoing, is what they say, Dragon Age series. They did the original Mass Effect trilogy and the upcoming Anthem. And then they have BioWare Austin, which was formed in 2006, and they're doing Star Wars: The Old Republic as well.
Oh, the MMO. Okay.
Yeah, and they were working on a new IP called Shadow Realms, but production was shelved in order to focus on the continuing production of Dragon Age Inquisition and The Old Republic. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So.
Bye.
Yeah.
So see you in hell, BioWare.
Moving on. I don't know much about this at all, so I'll let you guys take it away.
Well, Shenmue finds a publisher.
Man, I mean, it's not really deep news either. It's just they find publisher with Deep Silver, which have
Hey, how's it going, Kim Pop? Yeah,
Kim
Deep
Pop!
Silver has a super hit and miss, PC port history, and which is shitty because, like, I don't really like a lot of Deep Silver games, and their ports are always kind of like not very good. One second, I'm pulling up a list of what they've ported, or what they've published. So,
oh my God, no way! They did Ride to Hell Retribution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
They did the Metro series, which had good PC ports, or at least the newest Last Light had good PC port. Killer is Dead, I think, is pretty much unplayable. So that was a shit PC port.
They did Dead Island.
Saints Row, the series is. Their PC ports are okay.
So are these people who just do PC ports of their games?
No, this is a publisher.
Oh, so they published Saints Row and they published Metro and all that. Interesting. And they published Sacred 3. Oh, they also did Homefront: The Revolution. They really are hit and miss. This is crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess
also
points
those
for trying.
two shitty PC ports. Mighty Number 9. That was trash.
Yeah. That one was bad.
Yeah, see, the Kim Pop says the Saints Row 2 port is broken. Yeah. The Shin Megami Tensei series. What is just?
Since 2016, they've been porting those. I have no idea.
And then it's not on PC. I'll tell you that.
And then Shenmue 3, which is the third iteration. Of course, it says 3, but it's the third iteration in a pretty long, ongoing series dating back to like the mid 90s.
And in the 2000s, they did Gothic 3, which was a shit PC port. Stalker Clear Sky. I think the Stalker games have a hit and miss. Like, they'll work, but you have to mod the shit out of them. And
if I remember right.
I don't know if that's to do with them being played on newer systems. I don't know how they were when they were released. And the Risen series has shit PC ports as well.
So all we can say is literally it's a roll of the dice as to whether or not Shenmue 3 gets published and is anything at all.
It will get published.
Well, and if it's anything at all, working and
just depends on how broken it is when they release it.
Yeah. So what's crazy is they're a publisher. So it's insane to hear that through publishing some of these games, they've affected them in such a great way.
Because usually they'll handle the like
release dates,
releasing, the whatever. So they'll pick the
timeline and when things are coming out, and so I guess, man,
and they don't want to spend a lot of money on the ports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's what we're talking about right now. Shenmue 3, which is a beloved series for a lot of people. They did finally, after a successful Kickstarter, apparently is what happened. They finally have a publisher in Deep Silver, and
which is crazy that Deep Silver is publishing them when Sony was like, Sony was like, hey, let's suck your dick at E3, and then
they announced the guys who are making Shenmue 3 announced that they were making Shenmue 3 on Sony's press conference and asking for Kickstarter money, which got funded like in 12 hours tops, I think.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Which is the weirdest thing I've ever, well, not the weirdest thing I've ever heard, but pretty weird that you go to a E3 press conference
company
to
like
ask
Sony, and they're like, yo, we're going to give you stage time about Shenmue 3, but we're not going to help you at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like, we're just going to give you this stage, but we're not going to be the publisher.
Yeah, sorry. Ooh, yeah, ask somebody else, not us.
So it was super weird that they weren't handling the publishing rights, which is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. But that's going to be coming out eventually. So
2018, I think.
2018,
so that's awesome.
I want to know that's good.
I want to see kind of where they take those games and what they can do with them.
Because Shenmue 1 and 2 were pushing the boundaries back then on them.
Yeah, so I hope that it's either pushing boundaries or it's at the same quality of design, but then also like updated graphics and a bit more modern feel.
Oh,
but
well, yeah. I mean,
at the minimum, I'm hoping for that.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be very close to the Yakuza series.
The Yakuza, that whole thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because that's kind of a similar type thing. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I want to play Yakuza games.
Yeah, like when you think of it just in general, it's like, oh, that's similar.
Well,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
you beat
same thing.
It's like a fighting game, open world situation.
Yeah, open world RPG fighting game, life simulator kind of. Not really.
Yeah.
You just can do a bunch of weird random shit.
And I think to close us out, we're gonna do new releases for this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, but before we get to the list on
Giant Bomb.
on Giant Bomb that we're using right now, there are some honorable mentions. Assassin's Creed Origins just released a trailer at Gamescom, and they have a release date of October 27th. Trailer looks pretty good. Ooh. And Jurassic World Evolution, which is a kind of a tycoon game. It's made by the people who made Planet Coaster. And basically, just imagine whatever you imagine when you hear...
You're that old white guy in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, you're making your own park, and stuff will go wrong. From what it looks like in the trailer, dinosaurs will get out, and they will run rampant. And the whole point of the game, I guess, is to build your park and not have that happen. But I honestly would build a park and make it happen. I would want to create like a little roadway where the dinosaurs go down, leading right to the people.
The old Bethesda, I'm bored, save, kill everybody.
Yes. But all right, guys. So what do we got here that's interesting?
Ooh, Mario plus Rabbids is coming out.
Oh, August 29th.
Need a Switch. But I don't want to plop down the money for one, especially first gen. And then Yukaza Kawima.
Oh, dude, you're like 2 weeks ahead. What are you doing?
Oh, this is August 29th, dog.
Yeah, it's August 20th right now.
Oh, well, you know me.
Shit, you're too
you know
far
how
ahead.
Dogs is and all.
Roll that back up. Roll that beautiful bean footage back up.
But but Yukaza Kiwima is Kojima is a re-release of the first one, so I'm gonna grab that.
Yakuza Konami.
Kiwami, yeah.
yeah. Yakuza Konami.
Yakuza Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. So this week we got Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I love the Uncharted games. I'll probably
still to play number 4.
I also need to play number 4 as well.
Shit.
What the fuck is White Day? A Labyrinth Name School.
Fucking what?
I looked at that for a brief second. It's a re-release of a 2001 Korean horror game.
What in the actual... Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! No, get out of here, Matt! Just run away.
Oh god!
Just close the window. Okay.
Just abort. Oh boy.
They have Mages of Mistralia, so I'm assuming it's like being a mage, but in Australia.
No, in my Australia.
Oh, in my Australia. Everyone's got their own Australia. Yeah. Gotcha.
Everybody gets one Australia.
It's a spell crafting system, so basically it's like
an action adventure puzzle game.
So
you create your own spells.
I mean, that actually sounds kind of cool.
Nah, I'll pass.
I like stuff like that.
The Escapist 2.
Nice.
Yeah, that game looks pretty good.
Escapist was kind of fun.
We had a 5-episode series on the Escapist, and I was like, this is actually trash, and then I never touched it again. It's not actually trash, but I was like, this is not for me. So when things are not
this is
for
my
me,
trash.
They're trash.
Yeah. They got Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacies coming out on PS4. Nobody knows. I mean, we could look at it, but
I'm pretty sure that just means it's going to come out on the PlayStation Store, and you just
probably.
It.
I don't think it doesn't say like remaster or anything.
Yeah, so just the game coming on PS4.
Tumbleweed Park, that looks interesting. Might play that with Into the Veil. Thimbleweed, not Tumbleweed.
Park, yeah. Point and click adventure game, but Ron Gilbert and Gary Winnick.
Wow, thimbles and weeds. Ah.
It looks like it has a nifty little art style to it.
And then every Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm game known to man.
It's all coming out on the PS4.
You got Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 Full Burst, and you got Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm Legacy, then Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy, Ultimate Mega Bread Deluxe Edition, One Piece, super fun time.
Raggaroo.
Bampanada Edition.
Oh, they have RoboCraft coming out on PC, Mac, and Linux. I played... Was that the game that I played like an early build of? Was that No, it wasn't RoboCraft. It was a different one. But basically, RoboCraft, you build like a robot craft, and then you run around. It's like a big crafty game. It's like playing with Legos, but in a game.
And then Madden NFL 18,
which we will probably rent for like a weekend and then never touch again.
Yeah,
we like playing Madden games but we don't even like watch football. So it's us going like, do that one thing that do something that has fullback in it or something. I don't know.
Do a Hail Mary.
Let's just make ourselves super powerful and pick the shittiest team and bring them to the top. That's what we do.
We literally do. We play it like an RPG.
Yeah, we do.
Where we're like, all right, we're gonna make ourselves super OP, and then we're going to get the shittiest team that we can get, which is usually like the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We just like, who has the least amount of stars?
Yeah, basically, who has the lowest points in game.
Then we put our god selves on there, and then we bring up the team as a whole.
Yeah, because Matt is always a quarterback. I'm always a wide receiver, and our friend Coulter always plays like a
tight end.
He played tight end. He's also done running back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's literally all the lingo that we know. We've exhausted it.
Yeah, that's it. It's done. It's done.
We're all spent. Oh God.
So yeah, like I said, we'll probably get it for like a weekend. If it's on Redbox or something.
Nothing this week's exciting for me, but next week it's getting fucking living off the fucking chain for me. I can't wait for next week's releases. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Let's move on to the outro of telling people about us, because Fizzcake, man, you got a life. You got to get out of here.
I have a life, yeah.
Monk, we do have YouTube accounts.
Yes,
and
we're about to get to
see
that.
them.
Boom shakalaka. Let's go.
Roll that beautiful footage. I gotta stop doing that joke. God damn it. Damn you, Bush's beans.
All right, Fizzcake, where can people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Fizzcake. I usually play every Friday PUBG. Lately, I've been doing like 8:30 to midnight, playing with a couple guys, and hanging out, having some good times. I also have a YouTube channel, which I need to actually put videos on. Whoops, I forgot to do that this weekend. Listen, everybody, worldly, sagely advice from me to you: never get a life. Don't get friends. Don't love. Never get a dog. Don't do anything ever. Just play video games. Do it for me.
If it gets in the way of the video games and the videos, cut that shit out, man.
Cut it out. Family, friends, dogs, everybody. The drugs. No,
what you're
don't.
Saying is you have videos though to put up. Is that right? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick first hour look of Hellblade, and I'm gonna do a video games in 5 minutes. I'm also in the process of doing a regular Let's Play stuff. I'm like planning it out right now, and then I'm gonna work on the intros for them, and then they'll. It's pretty easy. The way I have it set up, I only had to like record like maybe 4 hours, and then just spread it out throughout the entire month.
Nice.
It's pretty sick plan, bro. But other than that, I'm on Twitter at the Fizzcake. Yeah, I tweet occasionally. If you tweet at me, I'll talk to you. I'm usually chatty unless I'm doing stupid shit. That's it for old Fizzcake Rooney. Where can you find you guys?
Well, for Neanderthal Gaming TV, we have a YouTube account, just like we were talking about, at youtube.com/Neanderthal Gaming TV. That's where we put all of our Melee and Smash 4 content. We also put all of our stream content on there, so you're going to find Tales of Berseria. You'll find any of our Into the Veil content that we do with Mr. Fizzcake over here, and also our most recent Hellblade playthrough, because we have finished it. And then on Twitch, we're at Neanderthal Gaming TV, twitch.tv/Neanderthal Gaming TV, where we're doing the streaming right now. We do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And you can catch us usually around 7 p.m. Pacific. On Sundays, it's at 3 p.m. For the podcast. And on Twitter, you can follow us at Neanderthal Gaming TV. Now, moving on to the Constant Complete specific information. You can follow the three of us in regards to the podcast and Into the Veil stuff at ConcomCast. You can email us any questions or suggestions, constantcompletecast@gmail.com. And you can watch our podcasts and any Into the Veil content live on twitch.tv/ConcomCast. And that actually for Into the Veil, it's at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central on Tuesdays. And then, of course, the podcast is at 3 and 5 on Sundays, which is today, which is where we're recording it. And all the videos for the podcast and the actual Into the Veil stuff goes to our Neanderthal Gaming TV. And, of course, our podcast comes out on any of your podcasting apps in audio format on Wednesdays, along with the video on YouTube. Is that it? Anybody got last words?
You got Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and listening. If you like us, tell your friends, tell your family, tell people that don't actually do shit. Just tell them, hey, listen to Kinda Complete. They got good shit going on.
Yeah, yeah. And if people don't like watching videos on the internet, we have the podcast. They can just listen to it. They can just literally put it on in their car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Listen to our beautiful, soothing voices.
They'll be like, man, Matt, he's such a great guy. He seems so humble.
He seems so humble. I am kind of upset that he tells me to kill myself at least once every episode. But other than that,
I can look past that because usually he's so humble. All right, guys.
All right, I'm going to switch you to the outro.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.